Think you remember all the best cartoons from the 70s? Well, grab your cereal bowl and settle in, because it's time to put that memory to the test. Some of these animated gems may have slipped through the cracks of your Saturday morning nostalgia, but make no mistake, they played a huge role in shaping those lazy weekends in front of the TV. Welcome to part 2 of our deep dive into 12 forgotten cartoons from the 70s that quietly made childhood magical. From bizarre adventures to quirky characters, these shows help define an era of wild imagination. So let's crank up the TV static, dust off the VHS tapes, and see how many of these you actually remember. Number 12. Josie and the Pussycats, 1970 to 1971. We're kicking things off with a true trailblazer, Josie and the Pussycats. This wasn't just any cartoon. It was a show that perfectly mixed catchy music, mystery solving, and globe-trotting adventures. Josie and her all-girl band weren't your average musicians. They were constantly stumbling into wild Scooby-Doo style mysteries, facing off against eccentric villains and using both their wits and their musical talents to get out of tricky situations. With its infectious tunes and strong female leads, Josie and the Pussycats became an early pop culture icon and paved the way for future girl power cartoons. Even though it only lasted one season, it made a massive impact. The characters were so loved that they inspired multiple reboots and even a live-action movie. Whether you were rocking out to their music or following along with their crazy capers, Josie and the Pussycats was a show that left a lasting impression on Saturday mornings and our childhoods. Number 11. The Adventures of Gulliver, 1968 to 1969. Although The Adventures of Gulliver first set sail in 1968, it carried its adventurous spirit into the early 70s, becoming a hidden gem for those who love tales of exploration and discovery. Loosely inspired by Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, the animated series gave the classic story a fresh twist. Instead of the famed Lemuel Gulliver, we followed the exploits of young Gary Gulliver, who washed up on the shores of Lilliput, a land populated by tiny people, after a disastrous shipwreck. Accompanied by his loyal dog Tag, Gary embarked on a personal mission to find his missing father, all while befriending the Lilliputians and outsmarting the sinister Captain Leech. Packed with high-seas adventure, moral lessons, and just the right amount of humor, this show was perfect for young adventurers glued to their Saturday morning screens. Though it wasn't as long-lived as other cartoons, The Adventures of Gulliver captured the imaginations of kids with its blend of fantasy, friendship, and timeless heroism. It's one of those series that made every young viewer feel like a brave explorer in their own backyard. Number 10. CB Bears, 1977. Next on our list is CB Bears, a show that could only have come out of the wacky, anything-goes world of the 1970s. This bizarre yet brilliant cartoon mashed up crime fighting, the CB radio craze, and anthropomorphic animals into a one-of-a-kind series. Meet Hustle, Boogie, and Bump, 3 crime-busting bears cruising around in their trusty garbage truck.
It's the CB Bears! Boogie, Hustle, and Bump!
Solving cases with as much clumsiness as charisma. Their adventures were filled with bumbling villains and over-the-top situations, making every episode a wild ride. A playful parody of the cop shows dominating primetime TV, CB Bears stood out by mixing detective drama with zany humor. And the fact that their detective office was literally a garbage truck, pure 70s absurdity. It may have been one of the weirder cartoons of the decade, but that's exactly what made it unforgettable for those lucky enough to tune in on Saturday mornings. Number 9. The Robonic Stooges, 1977 to 1978. If you're a fan of good old slapstick comedy, the Robonic Stooges is sure to ring a bell. This quirky show took everyone's favorite bumbling trio, Moe, Larry, and Curly, and gave them a futuristic 70s twist. The iconic Stooges were reimagined as bionic superheroes, complete with robotic powers to take on villains in the most chaotic, clumsy, and downright hilarious ways possible. Imagine them trying to save the day with super strength, stretchable limbs, and gadgets that often malfunctioned at just the wrong time. Pure Stooge magic. Though it didn't last long, the Robonic Stooges brilliantly carried forward the Stooges' classic brand of slapstick humor into the world of animated superheroes.
Look, Mo! Africa! We made it!
For fans of physical comedy, it was a wild and ridiculous twist on the timeless formula we loved, proving that even as robots, Mo, Larry, and Curly could still make us laugh till our sides hurt. Number 8. Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, 1977 to 1980. In the late 70s, no one brought the prehistoric past to life quite like Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels. Created by Hanna-Barbera, this prehistoric superhero show gave us a lovable, bumbling caveman who blended mystery solving with slapstick comedy. Captain Caveman, or Cavey to his friends, wielded a magical club that could pull out just about anything. A tool, a gadget, or even food from its seemingly bottomless depths. Thought out of his ice block by 3 teenage detectives, Brenda, Dee Dee, and Taffy, Cavey became the ultimate prehistoric sidekick. The show's formula, much like Scooby-Doo, revolved around spooky mysteries, wacky villains, and tons of hilarity. Whether Captain Caveman was launching himself into battle with his signature battle cry, Captain Caveman, or accidentally causing chaos with his absurd gadgets, it was pure nostalgic fun. His caveman antics and the chemistry with the Teen Angels made him an instant fan favorite, running for 3 seasons and cementing his place in the Saturday morning cartoon lineup. Number 7. Valley of the Dinosaurs, 1974 to 1975. Valley of the Dinosaurs was the ultimate prehistoric adventure for kids in the 70s, whisking them away to a time of towering dinosaurs, primitive humans, and survival against the odds. The show followed the Butler family, whose peaceful rafting trip takes a drastic turn when they're sucked into a mysterious valley lost in time. Stranded in this Jurassic world, they had to figure out how to survive while trying to find a way back home. What set Valley of the Dinosaurs apart wasn't just the thrilling dino showdowns, but the educational nuggets that sprinkled into each episode. Kids learned about different species of dinosaurs and survival tactics in the wild, making it both fun and informative. It wasn't just about escaping danger. It was about adapting, outsmarting, and navigating this strange land. Though it only aired for 1 season, it left a big impact on young adventurers of the era. For many, it was their first exciting look into the prehistoric world, filled with action, adventure, and imagination. Number 6. The New Shmo, 1979 to 1980. Coming in at number 6 is The New Shmo, a delightfully quirky gem from the late 70s. Based on the Little Abner comic strip, this show introduced a new generation to the lovable, shape-shifting white blob known as Shmo. Imagine having a best friend who can turn into just about anything: a ladder, a boat, or even a parachute, whenever you needed it. The Shmo's ability to morph into different objects made him the ultimate sidekick for a group of teenage detectives as they traveled the world solving mysteries. The Shmo wasn't just useful. His sunny personality made him an instant fan favorite. His bumbling yet resourceful nature provided the perfect blend of charm and hilarity, making kids wish they had a Shmo of their own. While The New Shmo only aired for a single season, it left a lasting impression on young viewers. With its whimsical, shape-shifting adventures, this show still sparks nostalgic smiles for those who remember the magic of Saturday morning cartoons. Number 5. The Hardy Boys, 1969 to 1971. Though the show began in the late 60s, the Hardy Boys animated series carried its thrilling mysteries into the 70s, becoming a staple for young detectives in the making. Based on the iconic book series, this cartoon followed teenage sleuths Frank and Joe Hardy as they cracked case after case. Whether they were chasing down thieves or uncovering hidden secrets, the Hardy brothers brought suspense and excitement to every episode, keeping kids glued to their seats. While it didn't achieve the same level of fame as the original books, the animated Hardy Boys offered a more action-packed, high-energy twist on the beloved stories. With fast-paced chases, mysterious clues, and plenty of edge-of-your-seat moments, the cartoon transformed a classic mystery series into an animated adventure that resonated with a new generation of viewers. For many, it was the perfect introduction to the world of whodunits, setting the stage for future fascination with crime-solving capers. Number 4. Baggy Pants and the Knitwits, 1977. Claiming the number 4 spot is Baggy Pants and the Knitwits, a quirky 2-segment show that blended slapstick comedy with superhero parody. In the first segment, we followed Baggy Pants, a silent, bumbling character who channeled Charlie Chaplin's iconic physical comedy. Stumbling his way through various humorous scenarios. Without uttering a word, Baggy Pants relied on visual gags, classical pitfalls, and a timeless charm that was straight out of the silent film era, a rarity in the world of 70s cartoons. In the second segment, the show took an unexpected turn, introducing viewers to the Knitwits, a not-so-dynamic elderly superhero duo named Tyrone and Gladys. With their powers often failing spectacularly, their well-intentioned attempts to save the day usually ended in disaster, much to the delight of viewers. Tyrone, equipped with a superhero cane that did more harm than good, was the epitome of the clumsy hero. Meanwhile, Gladys was equally well-meaning, but together, their heroics were more laughable than legendary. The offbeat combination of old-school silent comedy and satirical superhero hijinks gave Baggy Pants and the Knitwits a uniquely charming appeal. Though short-lived, it remains one of the more eccentric yet beloved cartoons of the late 70s, remembered fondly by those who appreciated its oddball sense of humor. Number 3. The Super Globe Trotters, 1979. If you thought the Harlem Globetrotters were only known for their dazzling basketball tricks, think again. The Super Globetrotters took the iconic team from the court to the world of crime-fighting superheroes, adding a whole new level of flair to their game. Each member of the Globetrotters was given a unique superpower that helped him take down villains. Whether it was one player stretching his body like elastic or another transforming into an actual basketball to roll through enemies. Yes, you heard that right, a basketball, and in true Globetrotter fashion, they did it all with their signature mix of style and humor. The show had the Globetrotters battling evildoers between their basketball games, turning slam dunks and trick shots into super-powered moves to save the day. With villains foiled and crowds amazed, they made saving the world look as easy as a 3-point shot. The concept was wild, over the top, and undeniably fun, perfect for a Saturday morning cartoon lineup. Though it only lasted one season, the Super Globetrotters gave sports fans and superhero enthusiasts something to cheer for. The combination of athletic feats and action-packed adventures made it a unique mashup of two beloved worlds, keeping the Globetrotters' magic alive both on and off the court. Number 2. Dino Mut Dog Wonder, 1976 to 1977. Coming in at number 2 is Dino Mut Dog Wonder, a show that gave us one of the most memorable superhero duos of the 70s. The sleek, ultra-cool Blue Falcon and his less-than-perfect robotic sidekick, Dino Mut. In a time when superheroes were all about precision and perfection, Dino Mut flipped the script with his clumsy, malfunction-prone gadgets that often caused more problems than they solved. But despite his tech troubles, you couldn't help but love him. Set in Big City, the show followed the pair as they took on various villains, with Dino Mut's malfunctioning parts frequently leading to comical and chaotic situations. Whether his mechanical limbs were falling apart or his built-in gadgets were going haywire, Dino Mut's good intentions always shone through, no matter how messy things got. Blue Falcon, the serious hero of the duo, often had to juggle saving the day with saving Dino Mut from his own disasters. The charm of Dino Mut Dog Wonder came from its perfect blend of action-packed superhero antics and slapstick comedy. While the dynamic between Blue Falcon and Dino Mut brought plenty of laughs, the show also gave viewers some fun crime-fighting adventures. Even though it only aired for 2 seasons, Dino Mut became a beloved part of Hanna-Barbera's legendary lineup, reminding us all that even the most bumbling heroes can still save the day. Number 1. Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, 1976 to 1980. Swinging into our top spot is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, a show that brought the iconic jungle hero to animated life with a level of sophistication not seen before. Gone was the stereotypical, "Me Tarzan, you Jane" version. This Tarzan was a sharp, articulate protector of the jungle, embodying intelligence and compassion as much as brute strength. For many kids in the 70s, this was the definitive Tarzan. the version that inspired dreams of swinging through the treetops, rescuing animals, and outwitting villains. The show's animation was a visual treat for its time, with lush, detailed backdrops that made the jungle feel alive and vibrant. Each episode was an adventure, as Tarzan faced off against everything from ruthless poachers and powerful sorcerers to the natural dangers of the wild. Whether he was defending the animals of the jungle or outsmarting some evildoer, Tarzan's cool-headed bravery always shone through. And while the action was thrilling, the show often had a strong moral center, teaching kids lessons about courage, kindness, and respect for nature. Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, ran for 4 seasons, and its influence on those Saturday morning viewers can't be overstated. For many, it wasn't just another cartoon. It was a call to adventure. This version of Tarzan remains a nostalgic touchstone for anyone who grew up imagining themselves as the fearless protector of the jungle. And there you have it, 12 forgotten cartoons from the 70s that shaped our childhood in ways we might not even realize. If you missed part 1 of this series, click the video in the top right to catch it. These shows, while not always in the spotlight, brought unique characters, imaginative stories, and plenty of laughs to our Saturday mornings. Which of these cartoons do you remember watching? Did we spark a memory or long-lost favorite? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more nostalgic content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those childhood memories alive.